Plato, The Republic. Delve into the world of The Republic, a philosophical masterpiece by Plato, as we explore the key highlights and overarching themes of this brilliant piece. Encounter fascinating dialogues with Socrates and his interlocutors, as they attempt to define justice and discover the essence of a just city. Witness their pursuit of understanding the ideal city, the role of philosopher-kings, and the symbiotic relationship between a city and its citizens. Grapple with insightful discussions about the nature of essence and appearance, the distinction between rulers and ruled, and the circular life of governments from aristocracy to tyranny.
Defining justice. Socrates, known for his ability to dismantle definitions, questions several definitions of justice throughout his dialogue with different interlocutors. Polemarch's definition sees justice as giving each person what they are owed. However, Socrates challenges this definition and argues that there exist exceptions to it. Polemarch then provides another answer where he claims that justice means assisting friends and harming enemies. Socrates queries if there are circumstances in which it is moral to do harm and suggests that such acts are not beneficial. Thrasymachus brings forth the third definition, which claims that justice is whatever is advantageous to the ruler. However, this definition is also inadequate as the ruler must act in the best interest of the city. The conversation reaches an impasse, and the definition of justice remains elusive. Socrates on justice. In his discourse, Socrates redefines justice as minding one's own business, both privately and publicly. To become a just society, each person needs to understand their role and ably fulfill it with the help of just institutions that educate inhabitants on their appropriate duties. Socrates suggests 5 essential roles, i.e., craft workers, doctors, merchants, rulers, and soldiers, that should benefit the community. He explains that determining one's role is shaped by the city's needs and the individual's skills. By fulfilling their role in a just and appropriate manner, every individual contributes to attaining justice for the city. In this manner, the city's needs and the individual's needs work symbiotically, benefiting each other. Finally, Socrates emphasizes that in a just society, a just ruler reigns for the city's benefit, while a tyrant rules for personal gain. Justice for each individual cannot be viewed independently of justice for the city. Justice in essence and appearance. Socrates and Glaucon engage in a dialogue about justice and how it is often perceived differently from what it actually is. Glaucon asserts that people value the appearance of leading a just life more than actually being just. However, Socrates argues that a just life is more desirable than an unjust life. He emphasizes that someone's true character has nothing to do with their appearance and proposes that one can discern whether someone is just or unjust by studying their environment, the city, and the relations they have with others. Without a just city, just individuals cannot exist, and living in cities whose laws benefit the few rather than the many constitutes an unjust city. Such cities are often ruled by tyrants who seek to gratify their personal goals, leading to unjust acts that build a reputation of justice. Socrates on sound education. Socrates believes that a sound education is one that leads to a healthy mind and body, thus strengthening the city. Music education creates a balanced mental order and leads to a just character, while gymnastics promotes physical strength and group cooperation. Olympic sports foster both individual strength and group mentality. A noble lie is necessary to connect individuals to their community and promote justice. The lie teaches citizens that the earth is their mother and nurse and that all citizens have risen from beneath the city. It ensures that people will protect and reinforce the city in times of conflict and peace. Socrates' philosophy of justice in society and the human soul. According to Socrates, a just person cannot exist in an unjust community, and vice versa. He argues that the city and its citizens continually shape one another through laws and institutions. Socrates draws an analogy between the city and the human soul to emphasize this point. Just as a person's soul can be revealed through conversation, the justness of a city can be examined by discussing its speeches, dialogues, and laws. If the city is just, it will produce just individuals who can account for their actions. Therefore, understanding a just person also involves analyzing the justness of their city. Socrates' theory of the just city and the soul. Socrates explains how the just city and its citizens' souls are structured in his concept of the noble lie. In his book, Socrates explores the idea of a just city and how its structure is a reflection of the human soul. He argues that the city should be divided into 3 parts, just as the soul and each part should be ruled differently. The first part, ruled by reason, consists of the rulers who have gold souls. These rulers create laws and govern the city with reason and logic, ensuring justice and order. They also plan out various tasks and ways of accomplishing them. The second part, representing the more spirited side of the soul, consists of the army, made up of those with silver souls. The army defends the city during battles and upholds the laws during peacetime. It acts as a mediator between reason and emotion, maintaining balance between the two. The third and lowest part of the city represents the desires of the soul, ruled by those with bronze souls. This part consists of farmers, craftsmen, and those who produce goods. It is controlled by natural desires and needs that are satisfied instantly, such as sexual appetite or hunger. Each citizen's soul is also divided into gold, silver, and bronze parts, and they have a corresponding role in the city structure. By dividing the city into different parts, Socrates believes that justice can be achieved, and the individual can live a fulfilled life. Socrates' theory of the just city and the soul is a captivating exploration of human nature, and it helps us understand the importance of balancing reason, emotion, and natural desires in our lives and society. The role of philosopher-kings in society. According to Socrates, philosopher-kings must govern the city to ensure just laws and rational oversight. Their souls must be governed by reason, free from passion, and their thirst for knowledge should reflect in the community. Philosopher-kings determine the education system, citizens' roles, and laws of the city, all in the interest of the common good. This ensures that the citizens and the city thrive without harming each other. The rational and the irrational. Socrates' cave allegory shows that rational arguments often struggle against our well-ingrained habits and prejudices, and educating someone out of their beliefs can be an uphill battle. The allegory describes prisoners in a cave, chained to seats, and facing a wall where they see shadows of figures. These shadows are their reality, and they don't know anything beyond them. A philosopher is someone who enters the cave to liberate the prisoners from this false reality and shows them the light of the outside world. In this analogy, the light represents the truth behind the shadows. Socrates believes that most people prefer the shadows to reality and that it is the philosopher's job to reveal the essence behind appearances. While everyone is born into the cave, it is only the philosophers who can leave and return to help others. All in all, rational arguments may not always be popular, and even the most skilled philosophers may encounter irrational resistance. Forms of government. Socrates' analysis of the 5 forms of government, from aristocracy to tyranny. Most of us have only experienced democracy, but Socrates suggests that a city's government can cycle through 5 forms, starting with the best, aristocracy, and working its way down to the worst, tyranny. Socrates believes that movement between these types of government is necessary and is spurred by citizens revolting against their rulers. Socrates argues that the ideal government is an aristocracy, ruled by philosopher-kings who are the best in the city. The next best government is a timocracy where honor, rather than reason, is the basis of rule. Timocratic rulers overthrow philosopher-kings, leading to the end of the aristocracy. In an oligarchy, those with the most money control the city, and in a democracy, mixed freedom rules. Anyone can do as they please, but there is no balance or order. The worst form of government is a tyranny, which takes advantage of the permissive freedom of democracy and rules only for the tyrant's benefit. Socrates' analysis offers insights into the progression of government types. Despite democracy being the most commonly experienced form of government, Socrates suggests it is not necessarily the most ideal and that we must look beyond it to other forms.
As you journey through the Republic, witness the importance of harmonious relationships between city folk, just rulers, and strong yet balanced souls. Discover the significance of well-defined roles within a society and how they contribute to the overall well-being of both citizens and their city. Plato's profound exploration of justice, the soul, and ideal governance reveals the connection between just cities and just individuals, and how we must strive for knowledge, balance, and nobility. Finally, understand the philosopher's call to action, urging us to break free from existing misconceptions and false realities, in search of true wisdom and enlightenment. Engage with this thought-provoking masterpiece and challenge your understanding of the nature of justice, and our role in creating an ideal society.